video, I'm going to make an ecosystem in a bottle. Let's get started. Before anything else, try to look around your garden. Then pick your desired plants. Choose plants that are best for closed terrarium. Then get a soil. A garden soil would be better. Next, I have to go outside and pick stones for my terrarium. And these are the materials needed: a glass jar or bottle, cellophane to protect your hands, water, some stones, a stick, your desired plants, the soil, and the pebbles. Also, the organism I want to put in my container. Step 1. Put the pebbles in the container. Pebbles allows for adequate drainage. Next, place the soil above the pebbles. You can choose any soil you want, but for this one, I chose to put the garden soil. Now, it's time to place the plants in the soil. And these are the plants I placed inside the container: Boston fern, orchids, spider plant, and mosses. These plants are able to live in a closed terrarium. Step 4. Place the organism you chose inside the container. For this one, I placed 3 earthworms. I chose to place earthworms since I use a garden soil, and garden soil is where they usually live. And this is how my terrarium looks like on top and on outside. For step 5, we have to water what's inside the container. A little bit of water is enough, and remember not to drown the plants. Then cover it. And lastly, put the terrarium in a place with filtered light and keep it away from direct sunlight. During the first day, I've observed that the soil is still a little bit wet and the plants were still good, and as well as the worm. During the day 2, the soil seems dry and it's like water begins to evaporate, which is why tiny droplets are now visible. droplets were more visible compared to day 2. As what I observed, my terrarium steamed up with condensation on the glass. During day 4, my terrarium steamed up more compared to day 3, so I decided to open the lid and allow extra moisture to evaporate. During my last day of observation, my terrarium seems fine. Plants were still good and there are no signs that the plants were dying. However, the worms were not visible compared before because they always hide under the soil. During the 5-day observation, I have learned how water cycle works. Although I already learned this one during my high school days, it is still different to look at how it works in a closed terrarium. From pouring water to the terrarium, after a few days soil began to dry and the container steamed up and droplets were then noticeable. More importantly, in order to have a successful closed terrarium or ecosystem in a bottle, we have to pick or choose the right materials, organisms, and plants to be placed in our container.